Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see by the title of this video, it is going to be a video on my makeup collection as of the start of 2015. Now just a little disclaimer, I'm not showing you guys my collection to brag by any means. It's not to show you how much I have. So I just personally really love to watch makeup collection videos, not only to get a little sneak peek into, what people own, also how to organize their makeup. I sometimes take ideas here and there on how to store your makeup differently, or I don't know, just kind of, especially with the Alex drawer, since a lot of people have it, I kind of like to see how people store their makeup in theirs, because sometimes I have an issue fitting my stuff into mine. So it's really just for, fun to kind of see how people have it. So I figured, since I love watching these so much, why not provide one for you guys if you guys are into makeup collection videos. If you're not, feel free to just leave this video now, since it will be a pretty long video going through, for most part, like everything that I own. It's really quickly, but still. I'm just kind of getting ready for work, and I finished my face, so I figured that I would do this before I fixed my hair while my boyfriend's at the store. So I apologize for this. And you guys are getting a sneak peek at my background that will be in my video that comes out on Tuesday. So I do have a new black backdrop, which I will mention in that video as well. So I didn't get a chance to pre-record this part. I'm doing this now. But yeah, if you'd like to see my makeup collection video and how I store my makeup in my Alex drawer in my desk, then please keep on watching. And like I said, if you're not into that, then please feel free to just go ahead and exit out. I totally get it. Let's get started. So here's an overview of my desk. I apologize for the ring light reflection in that picture hanging above my desk, but this is pretty much where I sit and do my makeup. It is facing the opposite wall now. So in previous videos, the background that you'd see behind me where my bed is now where my desk is. So I don't ever have any natural light, which is kind of a sad thing in the morning, but I deal with it. And then I do have some other things down below my desk, and you can kind of see them there. So at the bottom, I'm just gonna go through it really quickly. I have the case where my ring light came in, that little square skinny one. Then right next to that, I have my train case for when I do freelance makeup. And then next to that, I have the box where the Buttercup by Dry Bar came in. And then those two bins below my desk have both my hair products in one and my empties and product regrets in the other. So here on the corner of my desk, I have this old nail rack. I just kind of took out all my nail polishes. I was kind of over nail polish for a little bit, so I ended up tossing a lot of my old nail polishes that were all gross. So here I just have this little book that says Turn Your Dreams into Plans. This one, it says there are always flowers for those who want to see them. This is pretty much my YouTube journal. It just has little running lists of things that I want to try, things that I want to do in videos, and just little ideas here and there. Cat ears that I just use every now and then for like Halloween or dress up days or something. I have my little sunglasses right here. Just little cute ones that I have. The Urban Decay and Gwen Stefani palette. I'm sure you guys have seen this going around. It is beautiful. I also have the Tartelette in Bloom palette. This is probably my favorite palette of the moment. If I could just pick one palette, it is beautiful. And then here I have the Tarteist contour palette. My boyfriend actually got this for me for Christmas, and I really, really wanted it. It's just beautiful and gold, and a really awesome contour kit. And it smells like chocolate, which is amazing. So that is the little palette. Then I have two MAC products from limited edition collections. This first one is the Simpsons. It's just a blush. It's called Sideshow You. I do also have pink sprinkles. I just have Marge's face on them, and they're really cute blushes. I don't use them a ton, so I do just use them for kind of display purposes. And the other is the MAC Rocket Horror Picture Show contour kit. I actually really love this. It's the Bone Beige and Emphasize powder. This thing is really awesome. You can get this actual little palette duo in MAC Pro stores, I believe. I've only seen it there. But I have a lot of my liquid lipsticks and MAC lipsticks. Up here, I have pretty much all MAC. I have Stone, Angel, Snob, Faux, Brave, Velvet Teddy, Taupe, Whirl, Heroine, Viva Glam Nikki 2, Up the Amp, Ruby Woo, Sin, Rebel, Cyber, and Icon. In the first drawer, I have my Jeffree Star Velour liquid lipsticks. These are the shades that I own, and I do still want a couple more. I love these. I never did a haul on these, but I did purchase them within the past 2 to 3 months. Then in the drawer beneath that, I have some ColourPop lippy sticks, some Ultra Matte Lippies, and some Anastasia liquid lipsticks. I do also have 2 backups of Dirty Money from Jeffree Star, which says a lot because I've never purchased a backup of any shade. But Dirty Money, I had to buy 2 backups because I just love this shade so much. That shade I will swatch. So this is Dirty Money, and I just can't live without it. I don't know what it is about this color. It's just perfection. So I bought 3 of these because it is honestly like my favorite color to wear. Then in the last drawer, I have my one Gerard Cosmetics Hydra Matte Lipstick in the shade Serenity. I have some Kat Von D liquid lipsticks in Outlaw, Lolita, and Bow and Arrow. And then I have some of the Sephora Collection cream lip stains, as well as all of my OCC lip tars. And I just have my mirror. It's all dirty and falling apart. I really need a new one. So over here in this lonely corner, I have all of my brushes. I have a ton of brushes from a ton of brands. And I just used the old candle holders or the candle containers from Bath & Body Works. This one's from Target, I believe. And then I just kind of surrounded 4 around 2, just stacked one upside down to hold the other one up, and then it just kind of elevates that one so that it can kind of, I don't know, just makes it seem a little bit more organized and not so cluttered in the corner. Other container back here is all of my beauty blenders, and then back here I have my Sephora Collection micellar water that I love. So in this first drawer on my desk, I have pretty much all of my face products. So in the back here, you can't really see them, but I have some BB creams. I have the Dr. Jart Night Balm, the Leo Welly BB cream, and the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. They are all the Pharmacy lip blooms. The overall purpose of this little section is to have all of my hydrating primers. So I have the Nivea Men Sensitive Cooling Balm. Then I have my Too Faced Hangover RX Make It Forever Skin Equalizer in the Nourishing. Then I have my Becca Backlight Primer, my Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. So in this first little compartment, I have all of my pore filling, line filling, anti-shine, color correcting primers, pretty much anything that isn't hydrating. My Stila One Step Correct, the Master Prime by Face Studio from Maybelline, Pore Perfecting Primer from Urban Decay, a little baby size of the Step 1 Equalizer in the smoothing one, a Professional from Benefit little sample size, some Lancome Lip Base, which I have been loving, the Step 1 Equalizer in smoothing, the Bare Minerals Blemish Ready Prep Gel, and the Murad Invisibler, which you saw in my last video. Then right here I have concealers. I've pretty much narrowed it down to my favorite ones. My Sonia Kashuk Kid Agenda Concealer Palette, which I love. My Erase Paste from Benefit. I'm in the shade Medium 2. Then I have my NARS Radiant Creamy, of course. 2 of the Bare Skin Concealers from Bare Minerals. The Wake Me Up Concealer from Rimmel. Then I have the Kat Von D Tattoo Cover-Up Concealer, the Master Conceal by Face Studio from Maybelline, and of course my favorite one, the Lancome Epicernus Concealer. So here I have pretty much my narrowed down foundations. The Too Faced Born This Way in the shade Ivory. I have the NARS foundation in the shade Gobi, the Make It Forever Ultra HD in 120, and 3 True Match from L'Oreal, the Make It Forever Ultra HD stick in 120. Here I have the Sephora Collection Tiant Infusion. This is the one that I'm still not sure if I love or not. And then of course I have the Tianti Dole Ultra 24-hour makeup in the shade 250 Bisque. And over here I have my powders. I have of course my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder, Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder, Urban Decay De-Slick, and then my Hourglass Trio. And then back here, it's kind of like my little odds and ends. Becca brush. Then I have a couple glitters, the MAC Rocket Horror Picture Show Collection glitters. I have a Kat Von D eyeshadow back there in Thrasher. I have my MAC Rose Pigment, and then I just have a couple eyeshadows, one from Urban Decay, Urban Decay glitter, and then a little glitter from the Balm. So over here I have pretty much my bolder lipsticks that don't fit up there, and these are pretty much like my reds, and I have one black one from Kat Von D, it's Slayer, but I just have some Milani, a YSL lipstick, and then a Lancome. And here I have my pinks and nudes, so I have another Marc Jacobs lipstick, my NARS Anita, a couple Urban Decay lipsticks, I have 3, a Milani nude lipstick, my YSL Nude Beige. And then in the center, I have my favorite glosses, which I have 2 NARS, one in Turkish Delight and Corsica. And then I have my MAC Cream Sheen Lip Gloss, of course, I love that. Marc Jacobs Lip Gloss, and then my Buxom Lip Gloss. I have a couple of the fresh lip treatments, some Sephora Collection matte lip lusters, and then all of my NYX lip glosses and the Extreme Butter Gloss. And then I have just a random clear one from L'Oreal, and then some lip balms from Benefit right there. I also have a couple soft matte lip creams from NYX down in there too. Then over here in this corner, since I skipped it, it's just all of my eyelid primers. I have two Urban Decay ones, the Enigma and the Original. I have the I Heart Stage by Essence, the Lemonade from Benefit, the NYX Milk Cream Pencil, and of course my Soft Ochre paint pot. And right here I have all of my brow products. I have my NYX Micro Brow Pencil, this little double-sided pencil from Anastasia. I have my two brow pomades, Dip Brows in the shade Dark Brown and Ebony. And then I also have the Brow Powder Duo in Dark Brown. Then I have this Urban Decay Brow Tamer. It's the dark brown shade. I also have the Anastasia Brow Treatment for overplucked brow. And then I also have my Anastasia Clear Brow Gel, the Pixie Brow Powder Palette, my Morphe Brow 8 palette. This is awesome, especially for my kit, but I really love it for myself. I usually mix these two shades. And then back there I have all of my lip liners. So I have some from Essence, some from Jordana, NYX, MAC, and then some NARS pencils. These are the ones you get in the birthday gift, and some Milani liners as well. Then over here I have all of my mascaras, mostly drugstore. I do have a couple high-end. I'm just more of a drugstore mascara person. The Voluminous With Finger Rock Lash Blast by CoverGirl, the Maybelline Rock Benefits Roller Lash, the Lancome Grandiose Mascara, Face Better Than Sex Supersizer by CoverGirl. I have my Organic Wear by Physicians Formula. I have two of my Jordana Best Lash Extreme. I have a Voluminous Carbon Black from L'Oreal, and Lash Sensation. I have two of the highlighters from ColourPop. I have the shade Wisp, which is right over here, and then this one is Electric Slide. Also got two of their blushes. This one over here is Between the Sheets, and this one is Preen Up. And over here, I just have my little tools, glue, glitter glue, tweezers, eyelash curlers, things like that. And then right next to that, I have just my liners. So I have a bunch of different liners. I have a couple of nude colored pencils, one from NARS. This is an eyeshadow base, and then the nude pencil from Rimmel. I have some pencil liners, one from Lancome, Clinique, and NARS. I have two of the Benefit They're Real push-up liners in the black shade and the dark green. And then I have two liquid liners, one from NYC and one from Physicians Formula. And then back here, I have two little bins of just gratis items that I've gotten in the makeup category that I just haven't gotten a chance to open yet. These little plastic containers, these four were just empty from little clear acrylic containers that I had. I just couldn't find any other dividers at the time, so I just use these and they work well. So by my Alex drawer, I have all of my perfumes. I have my favorite three in the front, and then behind that I have some makeup books, a coloring book for de-stressing, and then my Instax Mini 8 from Fujifilm, I believe, and then a cute little reindeer that my mom had at her house that I kind of stole. She had them in a bunch of different sizes, so she didn't mind, and I thought it was adorable and I needed it on my desk. So this next drawer is mainly my kind of daily products, not necessarily that I use them all, but these are pretty much the things that I switch around, and I do have a couple of treatment products in there. On the side here I have two of my essences. I have the Makeup Raw Sauce, which I love, and then the Energy to Be by Lancome, which I also really like. Back here I have my daily moisturizers and a mask from Fresh. Back there I have the Overnight Firming Mask, but in the back here I have the Sake moisturizer from Boscia, and then I haven't opened that one yet, so I keep it in the back. And then here I have my Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Gel, my Ceramide Cream right down here, and then my Morning Burst Gel from Clean & Clear. Over here I have my Ceramide Oil Balm, which I love for the nighttime, and then a overnight sleeping mask for water hydration. Here I have all of my oils, serums. I have a Kate Somerville Derma Quench, and just serums, eye serum, or what is it, eye cream, and then just like other oils and, you know, things like Lancome Genifique, and I have some Tatcha stuff there, some other under eye products, a lot of oil. I love oil. My skin is super, super dry. Right here I have my setting sprays. I have the Makeup Forever Mist and Fix right there in the center, MAC Fix Plus, and Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. I have a bottle of Bioderma right here. I have these two little empty candles from Target, and I just put my bobby pins in one and hair ties in the other. And then I just have some like cotton rounds, hair scrunchy things, makeup eraser, brush cleaner, sunscreen back there, deodorant. Then right here I just have some lashes. So I have the Allure lashes by Vegas Nay, both in the Classic Charm and the Grand Glamour. These are the number 80 from Allure, just more of a natural everyday lash. Then right here I have my blush drawer, all of my Benefit box powders. I have all of them. And then I do have Hoola, which I just finished up. I have a Sephora collection one that I got in gratis Frat Boy by The Balm. And then back there I have a couple palettes. I have the Naked Flush palette by Urban Decay in the shade Native, and then the Park Avenue Princess from Tarte, which just has the bronzer, the blush, and the highlighter. Then up here I have some Hourglass blushes. I have my favorite blush of all time, this peachy blush from Maybelline. I have my 3 Tarte blushes in Exposed, Natural Beauty, and Tipsy, and I love them all. I have my 2 NARS blushes in Madly and Orgasm. I have the other pink version of that blush that I just mentioned. And then I have Milani's Luminoso right there. I have 3 of the Milani Floral blushes. And then I have that other MAC The Simpsons blush. This one is in the shade Pink Sprinkles. Right here is my Warm Soul from MAC. I have Dolce Pink, Berry Amore, what is it? Rose d'Oro, and I have the Fantastico Mauve. I have one of the old school blushes from MAC. They recently changed the packaging. This is just in the old packaging. This is the shade Dainty. I have the Cola Pop cheek blush from, and then I also have the Rocky Horror Picture Show blush. Then right over here I have my NARS Guy Bourdon palette. I don't know how you say that. New Tarte Bling palette from this past holiday. I only got my blush inserts for my empty MAC palettes that I bought months ago. So I just put all of my MAC blushes in here. The BH Cosmetics Gorgeous Blush Palette. So this next drawer is probably one of my favorites. It's my highlight drawer and my face backup drawer. But here I have my Too Faced Candlelight. I have my Dior Amber Diamond. This was my first high-end highlighter and I freaked out when I got it. Ingrid Nelson and Miss Glamorazzi was my inspiration behind this purchase, and it was the greatest thing ever. And I have my Tiki Bronzer from Hard Candy, which is pretty much a highlighter. Soft and Gentle from MAC, the Oh Darling. I love this highlighter to death. And I have 2 of the Anastasia ones, one in So Hollywood and the other one in Starlight. And I have the Mary Luminizer by The Balm. I have another MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. This one is in the shade Perfect Topping. It's a very, very subtle highlight. Here is the Make It Forever Pro Sculpting Duo in the shade number 1. It's the pinkier shade. And I have, of course, Becca's Opal and Champagne Pop. Laura Mercier highlighter in the shade 01. Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick in the shade Beige, which is one of my favorites. Right here I have the Estee Lauder Powder Jelly. Then I have NARS's Albatross. 3 e.l.f. highlighters, which I love. If you haven't tried these, try them out. They are amazing for like a couple bucks. They are so, so good. And of course my Laura Geller Gilded Honey. Then I have the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Moonstone. I have the Benefit High Beam and Sunbeam. MAC Fix Pluses backups. I have the All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray backups. I have a Too Faced Better Than Sex backup. My Make It Forever Ultra HD Stick back. The Hangover X backup. I have the backup of the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder. In the very, very back there I have my 2 backups of my 2 favorite highlighters. I have Becca's Champagne Pop by Jaclyn Hill and the MAC Oh Darling highlighter. So this drawer is really sad. There's just not too much in it, and it just kind of makes me sad sometimes because there's so few bronzing and contouring products. It's weird because I have so many of the other things. But I have the 2 Anastasia Cream Contour Kits. I have the light shade and the medium shade in the old school packaging right down there. I also have my Morphe Brushes little concealer palette. I use this for cream contouring sometimes, or just concealing on like different clients who have different skin tones. And in the back here I have my Sephora Collection Contouring Face 101 palette. And of course, front and center, I have the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. Then right here, I have my huge NARS Laguna bronzer. This was the limited edition packaging. It was under the shade Tahiti, but it's just a huge pen of Laguna and then a little NARS Ita brush. I have the Bronze Goddess by Estee Lauder, one of my favorite bronzers. It's just really nice and soft. Then I have the NYX Taupe Blush, which is intense and super, super awesome for contouring if you use a light hand. Then I have my Bronze Booster from Physicians Formula NYC Sunny Bronzer. I have the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. And of course, my 3 bronze fusions from Makeup Forever and the Jane Bronzer. Here I have a lot of my small and medium sized palettes. In the back here I have my Smashbox Masterclass from 2 years ago, my Urban Decay Vice 3 and Vice 2 right under there. My Naked 3 palette, which I still have from Gratis, and a Buxom palette from Gratis there too that I haven't used. I have the Make Forever Artist palette in the shade number 1, the Nudes You Need, and it's a really pretty palette. The next 3 are all my Anastasia palettes. I have the World Travelers palette, which was in my last video if you saw that. I have the Artist palette, which is probably my favorite one. I love this. And the Tamana palette, which is actually becoming maybe my top favorite out of the three. The Laura Mercier Artist palette, which I love. That African Violet shade is just beautiful. Urban Decay Electric palette, which is my baby. I love this guy. The Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. I do have the old school thicker packaging. I couldn't wait those couple months when they released the thinner packaging, so I still have the big chocolate bar one. I have the Too Naked Basic palette, which I like to dip in for nice just matte shades. My Urban Decay Shadow Box, which is probably my least favorite of all my Urban Decay palettes. I just don't really reach for this guy too much, but I do keep him around. And then I have the Too Faced Natural Matte palette, which is another favorite palette. The Rock Pro palette. Love this guy too. I have so many palettes that I love. It's so hard to choose just one. My Urban Decay Naked one, which is my first high-end eyeshadow palette. My personal Urban Decay Naked 3 and the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye palette. Here I have my MAC lipstick palette. Just has all of the lipsticks that I carry for freelancing. And then right over here hidden, I have the Double Exposure from Smashbox, which I got in gratis as well. So right here I have all of my Morphe palettes just stacked on top of each other. The Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette, which was my first Morphe palette ever. Then I have the 35O, which is super popular this past year. Then I have the 35N, which is a bunch of awesome matte shades. And here is the 35E palette. This palette is awesome for just kind of topper shades and shimmery shades. This next one is the 35D palette. This is awesome for smoky eyes. I use this in my New Year's Eve glam video. And this last one is the 35C, which is super, super bright and beautiful. Back here I have two pretty much empty Z palette. This one's empty because it was all of my MAC blushes. And this one has my MAC eyeshadows. I don't have too many, but I do have 5. I love these. And then I have 2 Pro Longwear eyeshadows from MAC in the shade Uninterrupted and Plumful, I believe. Yes. And then here I have Brown Script Soft Brown. This one is Swiss Chocolate. You have Naked Lunch. And this one I believe is Cork. Then I have my Lorac Mega Pro 2, which I love. This palette is amazing. I have been loving this guy since I got it. I have my Too Faced Book of Bronzers, which is awesome for just kind of trying out a bunch of different bronzers from them, and I also love to have this in my kit. And then lastly I have my Too Faced Everything Nice palette. This was the holiday palette from 2 years ago. The first bottom half is just blushes, highlighter, a bronzer, and then some cute little brushes. And the top side is their eyeshadows from the palette, which is also really, really pretty. This next drawer is just a bunch of gratis items that I have gotten, and a couple of these I have purchased. But pretty much back here I have the hair care gratis items that I've gotten, and then I also have some nail polish remover right down there. And then all of these items I got in gratis. These are all either face washes or treatments and masks right there. Then I have another mask that I got in gratis as well. These two I did purchase. These are just kind of backup cleansers that I have. Here are all of my face masks and peel pads, pore strips, and other things. And then here again I have more of a treatment mask, and then some exfoliating beads, makeup remover, exfoliate, just a lot of skincare gratis that I haven't gotten into yet. And then like I said, I did buy those too, but nothing too crazy, just unopened items. And for this final drawer, I'm like pretty much sitting on the floor by now, but I just have my hair tools and some hair brushes. I don't really have any nice like high-end curlers. I am wanting to get some Hot Tools, but until then these will do. They do the job. Then I also have a Conair straightener. I'm very Conair, you can tell that I am. And then I have my first high-end hair thing, and this is so exciting for me. It's the Buttercup from Dry Bar. This hair dryer is really cool, and I'm just so excited to have it. My boyfriend got this for me for Christmas. I'm just so like ecstatic. It makes me so happy to use it. It's like, it's so weird because I've never had a high-end hair product, so I feel so like, I don't know, scared to use it. So that's pretty much it for this drawer. So that was pretty much my collection. I know I have a lot of stuff, but I have honestly been into makeup since I was like 8 years old. So when I finally moved here to a bigger city that actually has a Sephora, that's when I kind of started getting, you know, higher quality makeup, and I kind of really started collecting high-end makeup when I was a freshman in college. So 3 years ago, 2012. And yeah, so it's just kind of grown. I don't have that much of like when I started for sure, but it really blew up, especially these past 2 years working at Sephora, it's kind of hard to not be tempted by everything. Plus you get gratis and, you know, things like that. It's just kind of exploded these past like 2 years, maybe even the last year. And I can definitely see that the amount of drugstore makeup in my collection has definitely decreased, but I really want to get back into, you know, buying drugstore items since there are some really awesome things and I've been seeing some really cool things coming out. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like this video. If you like makeup collection videos, I really love them. I just think they're super fun to watch. I'm never like, oh my god, she's bragging. Like, I just really love watching them. So if you feel me, please make sure to thumbs up this video and subscribe if you haven't already for future videos. And I will see you guys on Tuesday with a new video.